All right, guys, what's going on? Levi Trumbull reporting here. So today's video is just a quick advisory for the viewers. Yes, at this point, obviously, we are aware of the tragic circumstances regarding the death of Circuit Court Judge Andrew Wilkinson, who was a judge for the Washington County Circuit Court. Obviously, at this point, this is nationally syndicated news, even international news. But for this channel personally, we cover a lot of issues: Frederick County, Washington County, PG County, Montgomery County. You know, we cover a lot of local issues on this channel. So, of course, we are familiar with this situation. At this point, if you guys are familiar with the story, you know that, of course, Judge Andrew Wilkinson, who was just 52 years old, you know that he was shot outside of his Hagerstown home. He was shot dead. When EMT responded, he was essentially pronounced dead on the scene. At this point, there is a suspect identified. You probably already know that that is Pedro Argote. He is 49 years old, and apparently what inspired him to commit this heinous act was the fact that Judge Andrew Wilkinson was presiding over his absolute divorce case and had recently made a judgment that was not favorable to Pedro, and he responded with that unfavorable decision by taking another human being's life, by taking the life of this judge into his own hands and murdering him is what this looks like. So right now, Pedro Argote, he is a wanted man. Police are looking for him, and the latest information that we have here on this channel is that there is a $10,000 bounty on his head. So if you have any information, you should contact the Maryland State Police, Washington County Police. You guys, I'm sure, will know how to do that, but a $10,000 reward, that is the latest information that I have at this time. You know, this is just one of those things that is a very big story. A lot of people are going to be talking about it and covering this issue, and we are too. So at this point, we have a situation where we have a wanted man who is on the run and police are looking for him. He will be found sooner or later, dead or alive. And when that happens, we will cover the story and bring you developing updates as it relates to this situation as that news breaks. So if they find him dead, we'll let you know. If they find him alive, we will report that as well. If they pick him up alive, he will be indicted for these crimes. We will cover the indictment process. We will cover the process, the trial process. Presumably there will be one if they pick up this suspect alive and they're able to incarcerate him for the time being. We will cover that process. We're not going to play a guessing game here on this channel. We will let patience be our fact finder. On another note, regardless of whether they find this suspect dead or alive, regardless of any future pending criminal litigation that he may face, regardless of all that, we are going to be doing a deep dive into this person's divorce case, and we are going to try to figure out what it was that made this person snap. We know that this is a divorce case that was filed sometime last year. That's the information that we have now. This is not something that happened overnight. Divorce cases can be lengthy quite often, and it looks like this was a continuous divorce case that involved his minor children potentially being taken away from him. Again, at this point, I don't have any court records in front of me, but just to let the viewers know, we are going to be getting our hands on these court documents, on these divorce papers. We are going to be getting the complaint, motions, rulings from this court, and we are going to bring that to the viewer. So just a quick advisory that regardless of whatever happens, however it is they find this suspect, dead or alive, whatever, we are going to be heading to the courthouse. We are going to be pulling records, and we are going to be looking through this divorce case, which evidently triggered this person so much that he felt enough rage in his heart about whatever it is that transpired in this case that, he executed this judge in cold blood. And we're going to get to the bottom of what it is potentially that made this individual do that. Again, so we're going to be looking at orders of the court, motions, complaints. We're going to be looking at potential transcripts, anything that was on that record that perhaps was unfavorable to Pedro Argote. We're going to be looking into all that, and we're going to be bringing it to you guys, the viewer, any relevant information that we can find. So, you know, guys, we're just early in this process. I don't want to rush to judgment or rush to conclusion, but obviously here we are now. We have a manhunt, a massive manhunt for this alleged murderer, this man who is suspected of killing 52-year-old circuit court judge for Washington County, Andrew Wilkinson, outside of his home in Hagerstown, right next to his family. Again, just 52 years old. Terrible loss for the community, and we will be following this story and bringing updates as they develop. So Levi Trumbull reporting in Frederick County, Maryland.